Somebody thinks they're in control.
Says this
Need
guy.
to find out that they're going to cancel me before I get there. Don't do that. Cancel me now. Okay. Look, when I put it out
Okay.
there, I'm going to be at your church. I promise.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Get Live. I'm Jake Tyler.
I am your Miss Barker, and we just can't get enough of this guy. We're just letting him ramble, letting him have his
I get it. Go ahead and cancel now.
peace.
We need to free up the calendar if that be the case. We have plenty of people. I don't get another place to preach. And so I'm sick of these people like, oh, we want Greg Locke to come preach at our church. You know, he's going to bring us a great big crowd. And then at the end of the day, when I also bring a bunch of haters and a bunch of Satanists and a bunch of...
Yeah, they call you because it's funny. They want you to show up. It's like these frat boys up in Berkeley who would invite the lunatics from the street corner and say, yeah, come perform at our party. They'd come to the frat party and just get mocked.
You have a different take on it than I do. I was thinking more like that they thought he was going to show up and bring a big crowd that might buy their garbage. T-shirts and blah, 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 Bibles, you know, your regular fare at the county fair. But what's happening is haters are showing up in mass, and the people that won't show up for Wednesday, they'll be violent for Christ, but they won't show up on Wednesday's sermon. So bad.
Freemason and a bunch of protesters and Antifa and Black Lives Matter and people that are upset and can't stand Greg Locke and Global Vision. Then all of a sudden, well, you know, we had some pastors get together in the area and they told us they didn't like it. Well, are you pastoring for the other pastors or are you pastoring for Jesus? Listen, you'd probably have a better and a bigger church in you if you'd quit pastoring for what the guy down the road thinks about you. So if you're going to cancel, go ahead and cancel now, because...
Says the guy who's obsessed with the Masons down the street.
Energy drink.
And tell the truth of the word of God, okay? And so cancel now. Don't cancel a week out. Don't cancel 2 days out. Cancel now if it's too much heat. And
if you want us to cancel now, I'm not canceling.
Gas is really expensive, so he needs you to cancel in advance.
And give the money to his church.
He goes on to speak of other pastors.
I'll still love you. We'll still be friends. We can rebook something later on. I would say when the controversy dies down, but apparently when you preach the Bible, the controversy never dies down. So people are mad. We went through with our burning. Guess what I'm going to preach on this weekend? I'm going to preach on demons some more and some deliverance. And we're going to keep staring the devil in the face and stirring up hell. We're not going to give up, because you know what happens? We've got all kind of death threats. We got people angry. We got people threatening to do everything you can imagine. Homeland Security, people calling us American terrorists and
Oh, Homeland Security?
Before we shuffle up this idiot in favor of this idiot, man, imagine people on the left getting death threats constantly from your ilk, right?
Yeah, like abortion clinics.
You just literally, this is 3 months ago, but you called out, day before yesterday, you called out how you cannot be a Democrat and be on the side of, and you can't. Like that, you're demon. We are demons and baby killers. I guess we might as well side. Look, we're gonna side on the Democrat side. We're gonna side on the Democrat side, and we're gonna say like, y'all, not so great with your thinking, whatnot.
I'm exactly thinking what
your thinkability.
Yeah, your thinkability
down here.
is down here in your lizard brain.
Go ahead.
I guess you can't get monkeypox if you're in your lizard brain.
Dude, man, Pastor Locke, look.
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah. Praise Jesus. But
the goose that laid the golden egg.
I don't know what else to say about him. If it wasn't for you burning some books, bro, like that gets people's... Look, did your mama never teach you? Like my mom always said, my mom was from Jackson, Mississippi. My mom, she said like, hey,
boy. I'm sorry, did I distract you?
A little bit. Don't talk mess, right? Like, my mom would be like, she would be very disappointed. I went to Baptist churches and these people were absolutely batshit crazy. And it was fine because they weren't shooting up in schools.
Yeah, you keep them busy with the dancing and seizing in the church and yelling for Jesus. And it's fine.
Man, I'm not saying your church is a little white, but it's certainly not black and white, right? It's like, dude, there was a lot of color in the church I went to in the 80s in Mobile, Alabama. Man, I know. They preach tolerance and being giving and supportive of,
So who were the ones that were batshit crazy?
all of them.
Even the
But they were
tolerant
nice.
ones? Yeah.
They were nice. They were like, we all help each other. They helped my mom. My mom made $180 a week being a typist for some douchebag lawyers, which for sure sexually harassed her.
Yeah, it was legal back then.
Well,
Totally encouraged.
1980 in Alabama? Absolutely. Sexual harassment shit. At a lawyer's office? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they know how to get away with it.
See how I did that?
Yeah.
Christ.
Jesus Christ.
All right. You ready to douche this guy?
Well, we're gonna douche Jordan Peterson first.
Okay, ready?
Or we can just do this. Ted Cruz is feeling a little bit upset because what's his name? It's leaving my head. Pete Davidson gets hot women and Ted Cruz doesn't.
To understand it.
He doesn't understand it, but the subtext is, why can't I get those women?
Well, I mean, he can pay for them just like they all do.
He's not. Ariana Grande makes way too much money.
I know.
So does Kim Kardashian.
It's called being young and talented.
It's all of these like hot women because of toxic femininity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's not because you're a fucking incel, Ted Cruz.
It's because of the women.
That is the evidence that something has gone wrong. Pete Davidson was dating.
The evidence that something has gone wrong is that a talented, very famous,
very funny
young man whose father died in the 9/11 attacks was taken under Lorne Michaels' wing and was like a father figure.
When he auditioned
and
for
he's around
SNL,
super famous people who like him. Dude, your daughter won't even kiss you.
Did you hear what happened when he auditioned? Lorne Michaels said,
"Oh, he said,
I don't think you're right for this show, but let's fuck it up together."
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
In Kate Beckinsale. I mean, you're talking underworld. You're talking like super hot vampire.
I used to like jerk off to her all the time. Like so die.
Something to say to you, Ted. But he's really, really funny.
It's the most tragic thing that ever happened to Ted Cruz. Nothing, man. The man is Tucker Carlson's bitch boy and Donald Trump's bitch boy. Like, what's the most tragic thing that ever happened to him?
Ted Cruz, I need you to pull your head.
I can tell you the most tragic thing that happened to his wife.
Yeah, well, you don't need to tell. Ted Cruz, if you pull your head out of Trump's ass and Tucker's ass for a second, you might actually hear what I'm saying. Funny men make the panties fly.
Yeah.
Just a tip. Now, I'm pretty grasp humor, much less make it. So toxic femininity and stop dragging other men down just because you're a fucking incel.
The 1890s called. They want their beard back. Dude, did you lose a bet or did somebody tell you that it was good?
Or hide the fat. Dude. The Zodiac killer called. He wants you to stop imitating him.
It's amazing how fat they got during Trump. And that's a little metaphorical allegory.
Okay, so let's move on. Let's go to Jordan Peterson now. He's on there.
Okay.
We're gonna deal with this douche tomorrow.
Look at that face.
Yeah, and he's showing you his penis size too.
It's like somebody just stuffed something up his ass.
Yeah. It's probably Ted Cruz's head.
Okay.
Okay, so crybaby Jordan Peterson. So we're
you gotta love Jordan Peterson.
So you gotta
why?
Oh look!
See, Slavic one of ladies. Our sponsors, Slavic
Ladies. Oh, there's one. Yeah, that's our sponsor, SlavicLadies.com.
Yeah.
Okay, so so fast. Okay.
She just like stop being a Christine.
Who, me?
Yeah.
women's bodies.
Just bring it out.
This is in regard to a model
This is
named
TYT.
Yumi Nu, who was
we
featured
talked
on
about
the
that.
cover of Sports Illustrated.
I don't think we
touched
but
on
there's
yeah.
a thing of him crying in here repeatedly, and it's really funny. So
I fall in the camp of who cares. Okay, I'm just keeping it real with all of you. I know that there are women who are curvier who see this and it makes them feel good. God bless. Let them feel
shit?
good. I said.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, not beautiful. No,
we just
no amount of authoritarian
reproductive rights taken away from them, where they can't make decisions about their own bodies. Something that I would venture to say he's probably okay with. Like, you want to talk about authoritarianism? I mean, come on. This is putting a woman that has a body type that you don't like is not authoritarianism, you freaking clown. But look, to be fair to Jordan Peterson, he is just an emotionally fragile person. Like, he can't go a week without crying on camera. And I'm not someone who dunks on people for crying on camera. I've cried on camera in the past before. Like, when my good friend
for real reasons.
suddenly
somebody
died. From a blood clot.
Far worse than animals when they really get going. Well, I think you really want to know what I think? I think it's revenge against God for the crime of being.
What an insufferable ass.
Yeah, that's what it is, at the bottom of the hell of things.
The bottom of the hell of things.
A close reading of 20th century history indicates, as nothing else can,
discount Harry Potter
horrors that accompany.
All right, go. Munsters.
Is that
he's
Lurch?
Herman Munster.
Oh, he's Herman Munster.
Also Lurch. Also, wow.
Also, ugly discount Edward from Twilight.
Yeah, Harry Potter. Reverse Harry Potter. I don't know.
Loss of faith in the idea.
Oh, here he goes.
Of the individual.
God.
Well, we're going to destroy the planet. We have to do this. We have to demoralize the youth to be ethical. It's like, yeah, really, that's your theory? You're going to demoralize young people to be ethical? That's your theory? It's like,
what the fuck is he even saying? He's getting all worked up.
As a child of the 80s and a frequent recipient of demoralization by assholes like this, right? Like, you're really worried about something, man. Oh, little buddy, do you need?
His pussy hurts just a little bit.
Do you need to sit on here? I'll give you a little bounce. Pat you on the back.
He needs a little tube of Vagisil. You got some Vagisil for him?
Might tighten him up. Dude, Jordan Peterson, what the hell are you talking about, man? You grew up about the same time I did. He's slightly older than me, I assume. But
he looks a lot older than you.
Watch him be like 2 years younger.
I'm gonna have to look him up. Yeah, like Alex Jones is younger than you. I'm shocked he's younger than me.
Yeah,
that dude's really fucked up.
But dude, man, I grew up in the 80s. Bullying was a thing, man. Real thing.
It was encouraged back in our day.
My mom was like, punch a motherfucker. And I was like, okay. And I never got in trouble.
No, my mother was like,
motherfucker,
ignore them and then go hide in the bathroom.
Fucking some dumbass bully come up on me. And I felt even more justified at like horse collaring dudes that were harassing people that I thought were nerd like me, right? But it turns out if you just walk up behind somebody and you just put your arm around their neck and then just lift your feet up, like you just all fall down. It works every time, man.
And if they're a bully, they'll start crying, just like this guy.
My mom was like, "You got suspended?" Fuck yeah, I got suspended. Fucking knocked that. She's like, "What happened?" And I was like, "Dude tried to steal my bike." And she's like, "What'd you do?" And I go, "I hit him with the fucking lock. I hit him with the padlock." She was like, "Come on, Jordan Peterson." Oh,
you should go home and think about that for like a year. And I'm passionate about this, because
I was bullied.
You have no idea.
No one came to blind protection. No.
Look at him. He's acting like he's crying. I don't even know what the fuck he's on about. I know. She's like, oh my goodness. That's, oh dear.
Oh, did you get punked a little bit? Oh.
I don't even know what he was crying about.
And my mom was like, "Oh."
So she married the asshole, and then when you took your aggression out on guys who you were doing it because the asshole she married, she high-fived you.
No, my mom told me the story about how her parents were like, these are some this is like deep South. By the way, they were Masons, also church-going folk. So you, Pastor Locke, even though they were douchebag, racist a-holes that went to church every Sunday.
Hell, you have something in common with
They
them.
were also Masons.
Y'all are the same to us.
Yeah.
You're all in a cult. You're all in your own little cults.
No, my mom got punished, not punished, but talked down to when she came home with a black eye because she was being bullied by some kid. And that never happened again. Her mom was like, kick his ass. I come from a long line of white trash truck drivers. What do you want? Shout out to Florida man, Uncle Frank. But yeah, don't fuck around. Like, this is funny. What a little boy.
I don't get it.
I don't.
That about sums it up.
Okay, I mean, the first time he
That
cried,
about
he
sums
said,
it up. I don't get it.
He said,
I don't even know what
"It's
he's
against
talking
God
about, but
for
he's
the
crying
crime
like a
of
little
being."
bitch boy.
Mm.
So
The funny thing is,
You don't get it, Jake. He's deeper than you.
yeah,
We
you
don't
don't
get it.
understand what he's
We don't
crying
get it.
about.
All right. Well, we
I
back.
cry, I'm so deep.
We back in the third segment.
With something a bit
That
more
one went long.
serious.
That was
Yeah,
funny.
the next one won't go as long, but it will.
It'll be just as hard.
And then we're going to palate cleanse the shit out of you with Florida Man.
We're gonna
Boy,
get-
have we got some good stuff that I've been holding on to.
We're gonna get in there deep.
Yeah.
What's the plan? Well, he's going to pretend to force himself on his own mother, and then his father's going to come in and beat him off. And
That's what
Beat him off.
Yeah,
Oh, very nice.
right. That's what
His
happened.
father's going to come in.
Must
and
have
beat him
been
up.
what happened to Jordan Peterson.
Sounds
I'm
like the first porno I
pure
watched.
speculation, but I'm going with he was a coddle little bitch boy. And yeah, we don't take kindly to that here on KRT. I am the J-Type.
I am your Ms. Parker.
And this
Is Nothing Yet Live. So what do you think?
you can shuffle,
You can shuffle.
but
You can come.